Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Independent School District 196, we welcome you to Eagan High School, to Wildcat Stadium, and tonight's South Suburban Conference girls varsity soccer game between the visiting Blaze from Burnsville High School and your Eagan Wildcats. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Burnsville Blaze. Starting with the goalkeeper, sophomore number 1, Augie Whitcomb. Defense, junior number 2, Paige Schwen. Defense, senior number 4, Alexis Suvanpim. Forward, senior number 5, Delaney Woog. Midfield, senior number 7, Katie Kaczmarek. Defense, sophomore number 8, Abby Reuter. Midfield, sophomore number 9, Emma Boys. Defense, senior number 13, Olivia Carlson. Midfield, junior, number 16, Maddie Blackburn. Midfield and forward, sophomore number 18, Mimi Gonzalez. And forward, junior number 19, Ella White. The Blaze assistant coach is Kevin Silberman. The head coach of the Burnsville Blaze is Muhammad Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our visitors to Wildcat Stadium this evening, the Burnsville Blaze. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats as they come through the introduction tunnel, starting with the goalkeeper, senior, number 1, London Anderson. Forward, senior, number 3, Natalie Ward. Defense, senior, number 5, Captain Sarah Brecklin. Midfield, junior, number 10, Maddie Hobbs. Defense, junior, number 11, Yen Lee. Midfield, senior, number 14, Ellery Bartels. Defense, senior, number 16, Captain Mara Ganji. Forward, senior, number 17, Kate Riley. Forward, senior, number 19, Captain Lauren Rockford. Defense, senior, number 22, Kirsten Lee. And defense, sophomore, number 23, Kira Waldrop. The Wildcats assistant coaches are Carrie Jeans and Dylan Ron. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Sherry Ekstrom. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eagan Wildcats. The officials for tonight's game, the center referee is Samantha Tanucci. The assistant referees are Josh Hartwell and Kofi Ezekiel Agbasu.
Good evening, Eagan sports fans, and welcome back to Wildcat Stadium for tonight's girls varsity matchup between the visiting Burnsville Blaze and your Eagan Wildcats. My name is Skip Newton, brought to you today by Eagan TV, and I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Nathan Cron. Nathan, it's been a pretty good run for these Wildcats. They've gone unbeaten in 10 of their last 11 after starting the season 1-3. We find ourselves in the final week of the season. What do the Wildcats need to do heading into section plays coming up after just a couple more games?
Well, Skip, it's going to be all hands on deck for the Eagan Wildcats. They need to do a couple of things. The first thing they need to do is consistently score. One of the things that the Wildcats have done from time to time this season is they've gone they've had droughts where they have not put the ball in the net. They need to do that consistently, starting from the first 5 to 10 minutes of this game, and consistently put pressure on the Burnsville end. The other thing I think they have to do is they have to figure out, with 2 games remaining before sections, they need to figure out who are the players that are going to give us the formation, the alignment, and the effort and the skill, the quality, if you will, in that course coming up for sections, whether it's a junior or a freshman or a sophomore or senior. Let's find those players.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that Eagan has going for them today is they're playing a Burnsville team that quite frankly is struggling. They're in last place in the South Suburban Conference, 0-7 in conference play, and they've yielded 39 goals so far this season. So if ever there was a game for Eagan to put, multiple tallies on the board in a half, this is it. And we are underway here at Eagan Wildcat Stadium. Wildcats in their typical home greens going left to right. Burnsville Blaze wearing the road whites.
Skip, it's not senior night, but senior Natalie Ward getting a start at forward. She's come on in the last couple of weeks and has scored, I think, 2 goals, maybe 3 goals in the last 2 weeks. So, Coach Ekstrom rewarding her and giving her a start here in the game.
Yeah, that's correct. A couple weeks ago, when one of our most recent broadcast games, Natalie Ward got her first goal, and then she got another one in a game last week that wasn't televised. And here's a long shot, which I'd love to see. A great long shot from about 30 yards out. Got a little too much of it. It goes well through the uprights of the football goalpost. First shot of the game, Kirsten Lee with a cannon left foot shot.
Yeah, if you had a bingo card and had Kirsten Lee as the first shot of the game, you get to check that square off. Although, to be honest with you, that's probably, if you would ask me who's going to have the first shot of the game for the Wildcats, I probably wouldn't have picked Kirsten Lee. But nonetheless, if she's going to press from the outside back position and put it on goal, that's great news for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I love that. I love when the defense gets involved in the offensive attack. And they've got several girls in that back line that can score from far out. So why not take that shot? Let's put the pressure on early. Of course, for those of you that were watching earlier, the boys varsity game went successfully for the Wildcats as they scored 3 goals in the second half to win 4-1. Of course, the girls here trying to do the same, make it a doubleheader, back-to-back wins for Wildcat soccer. Eagan is 4-2-1 in South Suburban play. That's good enough for 4th in the conference. 7-4-3 overall. And remember, 7-4-3, that's after a 1-3 start. So 6-1-3 in the last 10. The 2 big losses on the season for the Wildcats, both identical 4-0 scores to the top 2 teams in the conference, Rosemount and Lakeville North. And what I would like to see is for Eagan to finish strong and maintain that momentum going into sections, because they need to have the confidence that they can take a team like Lakeville North or a team like Rosemount and win the game and play with them. And we know they can. Their coaching staff knows they can, but the girls need to believe that going into the game.
As Eagan passes it through the midfield, this is really something, Skip, where the team needs to make sure that they win this game, get probably, I would imagine, a number 2 seed behind Rosemount in the section, give themselves the best opportunity to advance deep into the section. Of course, Eagan's the defending section champions from last year, having beaten Lakeville North in what was an odd COVID type of section year. No state tournament last year. These girls all would love to play in the state tournament this year.
Some nice passing and possession there by the Wildcats. It's part of their game that's really picked up in the last few weeks of the season, as the team has grown together, learned how to play together. Good battle there as we enter the attacking third.
Thank you. Let's go, White!
Just as an FYI and a heads up for you folks at home, we have 2 cameras from our combined ETV BTV crew down on the field. We're going to have microphones down on the field, so you are going to hear some talking, some chirping. You might hear a few thuds or a few cracks. You might hear some hopefully not too salty a language, and we'll apologize in advance. But sometimes you know how high schoolers can be.
Yeah, we did have that happen in the boys' game, but it all went well. Here's another shot that goes off the football goalpost. So Natalie Ward got under that one a lot more than she wanted to, of course, be another goal kick here for the Blaze, but the majority of play down here in the Burnsville side of the field, which is exactly what we want. We just want to get some better shots down low, and let's put some pressure on early.
I think Ward had put a move on the defender and had so much space, she got excited, and I think she just overhit that ball.
So you talked about the microphones and the cameras on the field, picking up the sound. One of the nice things that you realize as you're watching this game is that the players talk to each other a lot. There's a lot of communication in the team sport of soccer, and then of course you can hear the coaching staff as well, supporting them, offering advice and encouragement. It's good that the team talks to each other because it's such a challenging game. It's so free-flowing. There's 11 girls on each side, so if they're not communicating, that can lead to problems.
Goal kick for the Blaze.
Goalkeeper, if it's Augie Whitcomb, sophomore goalkeeper, playing back there, but not taking the goal kick. A little bit different than what you typically see, but a lot of teams will do that. They'll let the goalkeeper just stay on the net and have a defensive player take that kick. We've got Lee throwing this one in. Nice flick there by Rockford. Ball goes off the center ref. On that interferences, they will do a drop ball. Lee dropping it in. Back for wall drop over to the other Lee. So we got two Lees in the game on either side of the back line. Eagan trying to get some deep ball into the forward past that back line. They can't. Now they're resetting back to the defense as Brecklin there controlling. Over to wall drop. She's looking to swing it around to Lee, but she goes up the middle. Nice choice. Kate Riley was there trying to get it up to Ward now. She'll flick it back with her head. Unfortunately, nobody but Burnsville White. They're going to go outside the far touchline for another Eagan throw-in. This will be Kirsten Lee. So the back line is Kirsten Lee. You got Kira Waldrop, Sarah Brecklin, and Yen Lee. Mara Ganji also in the game there. Throwing to Ward, nice use of the body to shield that off. I'm sorry, that's not Ward on the far side. Tough to read those jersey numbers from this far away.
Also should probably give a shout out, Skip, to Ellery Bartels, who's, I think this is her first start of the season there in the midfield. And you see her there with the ball, looking for Yen Lee on the far side. Doesn't quite come off, but nice for her to get a start here as well.
So Coach Ekstrom, maybe, taking advantage of the opportunity to start some girls that put in a lot of time and effort and don't usually get to start. I like that. You mix it up a little bit. Nice cross there. Unfortunately, nobody could get a body or shot on it, but kept in bounds deep in the corner. This one goes out, and we will have our first corner kick of the game.
Corner kick for the Wildcats will be their first.
As is typical, at least one defender is going to move up into the box. So it comes in right in the middle. There's a shot and a goal. A header into the corner. It snuck one in. A great header, perfectly placed by the Wildcats. Not sure who had that one, but Eagan does exactly what we wanted to do, jumping out to a quick lead here just under 9 minutes into the first half. 1-0 Wildcats.
I think they're going to give the goal to Mara Ganji. I think they're going to give the goal to Mara Ganji, served in by Riley.
So Mara Ganji stepping up from her center back defensive position, although she might be playing the holding midfield. It looks like she's playing the 6. So a nice change there by Coach Ekstrom. Mara Ganji's got some height, able to get her head on that corner kick. Perfectly placed corner. Great goal for the Wildcats. They jump out to a 1-0 lead. Here's Natalie Ward trying to get it up to Rockford, but it goes straight back to the defense. They're going to play the long over the head of Lee. Waldrop is there to make sure it doesn't get by her as well. She plays it safely out of bounds. We'll have a Burnsville throw down now about 35.
Well, that's precisely what the doctor ordered for the Wildcats. The Blaze probably a little bit stunned. I certainly, that's not the way they want to concede. And to be honest, the Wildcats have not done a great job on set piece plays, on corners, getting heads to balls.
Oh, there's a great pass over the top, perfectly timed, not offside. She's got opportunity. She settles it. Nice little dribble move. Loses her feet, unfortunately. A great long ball into the corner.
It was a magnificent recovery. I could not see the number of the player, but it was an excellent recovery that time by the Blaze to get back.
Well, it looked like, as I believe it was Riley making that run, as she cut back to get back to the middle of the field, she lost her footing and her opportunity to shoot. There's another nice through ball right down to the corner. Eagan's passing thus far is spot on. They are controlling play, finding open space, making good runs, doing all the things you want to do to generate an offensive attack.
I think it was Abigail Reuter for the Blaze, skipping, but I mean, it's true that she ended up getting beat on the play, but if she hadn't hustled back, she would have had all sorts of time by herself to set up and do whatever she wanted to do. So really great effort.
Yeah, you tell players all the time, even if you can't win the ball, if you're pressuring the player that has possession, that's gonna make it really difficult for that player to get a good shot on goal or to make a good pass. Eagan has it on the far side. Gotta go down to the corner, touch pass the inside. Unfortunately, nobody wearing Eagan green there, but Burnsville can't do anything but kick it out.
Looking at this Burnsville roster, there are a handful of seniors, but there are a lot of sophomores on this Burnsville varsity roster. These players are definitely they're definitely learning a lot this year. And so, unfortunately, sometimes learning can be a bit painful when you're giving up a few more goals than you're scoring.
Oh, here's an errant kick. It goes off her back of her defense. Rockford looking to capitalize. She gets it down to the touchline, kicks it off the defense, not out. This one's trickling over to the touchline. That one's going to go out. We're going to have a throw in for Eagan. So the punt was way lower than I'm sure the goalkeeper intended, right off the defense. And really, Burnsville's lucky that didn't result in a great shot on goal for Rockford as she tried to capitalize. Nice pass back to Yen Lee, and unfortunately she misfires on that cross as Eagan had 2 or 3 girls streaking towards the net looking for that second goal of the game. Big goal kick won by Eagan and go right back down the line. This is Ward. Nice job controlling, keeping it in play. Nice cross right towards the 18. Eagan looking to get an opportunity to shoot. They can't. Kicked away by the defense. Nice step up there by Waldrop. Not able to get it to a teammate, but keeping it down again towards that attacking third where Eagan wants the ball, so they can win it back and get a shot on goal. Would love to put up a crooked number here in the first half.
Look at all this space here on the far side of the field.
It's a nice little 1-2 combination passing there as now Eagan controls in the middle. Gonna fire a long shot in through a defender and a forward. Who did it bounce off of though is the key. I'm a little surprised that the goalkeeper there Whitcomb didn't hustle out to try and pick that up because there was a question as to who it deflected off, and it does result in another corner kick. Let's see if Eagan can capitalize yet again. Here's a handful of Wildcat girls coming into the game. We'll try to get those names as best we can. It looks like there's Matzik, Kron, Yin, and Knoll all checking into the game. Eagan plays it short. This one's deflected out of bounds and should have another corner kick. So well defended there by Burnsville.
Corner kick again for the Wildcats, their third.
They've drawn 2 defenders out there, so opening things up in the middle of the box if they choose to go with the long ball.
The defender looks like she's a lot closer than 10 yards.
Ball's played in, headed out by at least a couple of Burnsville players. Here's Kron. She's got a chance to shot. Nice settle. Good defense closing that gap. Burnsville looking to counterattack here. Eagan hustling back on defense. Coming over to near space here. Kira Waldrop tracking her down, and she'll play that out and let Eagan regroup. That's a nice play by Waldrop there as the last girl back. Take no chances.
Alexis Savonfim for Burnsville. What a nice block of Kron's shot, and then having it heads up to shoot it forward. Nicely done. Another one of those sophomore, excuse me, pardon me, one of the few seniors on this team for the Blaze.
Kron with the ball up the far touchline, trying to connect with Elaria Yin. Unfortunately, just a little too far. So Kate Kron coming in to her customary left back position. She usually plays one of the outside backs, depending on who's on the other side. Eagan tries to go over the top, can't quite get it far enough. Ganji fighting through traffic. Battling with Burnsville's number 7, that's Katie Kazmarek. Nice pass by Kron up to Ganji. Eagan controlling on the far side. Loses that one trying to dribble through a few defenders. Now this one's touched up. Knowles there with Ganji. This one's played through everybody. Waldrop's going to hustle back, probably play this one to London Anderson, or it might stay in the box for her to just pick it up. It was a little close.
It looked like it was close to the line. London Anderson obviously has a better view than you and I do, and of course on the line is in, but nonetheless, close.
Here's that through ball, nicely done. There's like 4 defenders there though, but well controlled. There's a pass over to open space. Left-footed shot. This one's going to go wide. I don't think that was deflected, so this is going to be a goal kick. Great through ball there. Unfortunately, unable to turn that into a breakaway, but controlled nicely, and then a switch of the field to get a nice left-footed shot in open space there from about 25 yards out.
One of the things Yen Lee's done well this season, Skip, is distribute the ball well. She's played a lot of balls down the line to let her forwards or mids run onto it. That time she kind of held it up a little bit and sent it towards the middle. And then, of course, the ball was spun around and sent over for Kate Riley on a run. I like the switching of the field during the offense.
Burnsville controls the goal kick. They try to work it down in Eagan territory, but Ganji and Kron control, and now here comes Eagan firing back. They're going to go up and over the top. A nice ball, but that one's going to be a little too far, as the Burnsville keeper well off her line to make that play. Nicely done. Ian's going to try to settle this one down. She's going to cross it into the middle. Skips past Eagan forward there. Going out of bounds for another goal kick. So up front we got Matzik. Looks like Riley and Elaria Yin.
Number 2, Paige Schwen.
Back line is the same as the starters, with the exception of Kate Kron coming in for Kirsten Lee.
You know, Skip, it certainly looks like, as you can see, you could see it there before the camera. We could see it from the box, even though the camera wasn't on it, but it looks like 4 in the midfield, which is a little different than what the Wildcats have done in the past.
Yin trying to get in and break back this goal. The last defender, she gets shielded off. Bit of a size disadvantage there, although it looks like Yin had the speed in her favor. Her pressure, though, does force another corner kick. Might be like the fourth of the game already.
Corner kick for the Wildcats. This will be their fourth.
But we had the two quick ones, you know. Two quick corner kicks where they all need to go short again. So a couple of short ones here by the Wildcats. Unfortunately, not resulting in getting the ball into the middle.
Yeah, really a wasted opportunity. I mean, you know, for those of us in the stands in the box, once in a while playing it short's one thing, but I think that's the third time they've played it short here in the first half, and I think that's enough short play, especially when Ganji scores off a regular corner.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I don't mind them mixing things up a little bit. You know, keep the other team guessing, but we've seen a couple examples now where Burnsville defended it very well. So maybe they're setting them up for a fake later, where they're going to fake it short and actually go long or something, and then it's just all part of the master plan. Nice recovery defense there by Ganji, although she's going to get called for something. Maybe a little bit of a push or a grab as she was fighting for possession there. I thought she did a good job of coming back, but maybe too good of a job.
Center referee Sam Tanucci finding that a foul had been committed.
This one goes deep into the box. London Anderson has to hustle off to the side there to prevent that from going out of play. I don't think it was deflected on the way in, but you never know. So just in case, she plays it well. Better to be safe and not give up a corner kick when you don't need to. Now here's Eagan coming down the far side. Good outside run by Kron. Passes it up for Matzik. It gets off her foot. Defense is going to clear that one way back, and there's Waldrop there to play it forward once again. Unfortunately, straight to Burnsville. They go outside, but too far outside. This would be a quick throw for Kron.
Well, if I was Eagan, I definitely wouldn't want Carlson taking any free kicks in my half, because she just absolutely crushed that ball.
Here's Yin with an opportunity. Trying to get it up to her teammate up top. Noel's going to play this. Nicely done. Oh, a good flick there by...
I think that's Hobbs there at number 10, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say I'm having a tough time reading the numbers. But if that's Hobbs, then she's playing a different... that is Hobbs. It's a good call, but she's playing a different position. Here's Matzik. She's going to fire a shot. It's a good one, and it's a goal! A great shot by Matzik. She blasts it from about 30 yards out, puts it just over the outreached arms of goalkeeper Augie Whitcomb. A fantastic shot.
She just steps into it. It's got some swerve on it. Whitcomb actually was off her line, not in a bad position. But when the ball goes to the top corner, as you saw there on the screen, there's nothing the goalkeeper could do about it. I mean, that was just a brilliant placed ball by I almost said Tricia Matzik, mom's name. No, by Caitlin Matzik. Absolutely magnificent strike, and had swerve and curve on it. 2-0 to the Wildcats. There's your crooked number, Skip Newton.
That's exactly what we were looking for. And if you were watching the earlier matchup between the Burnsville and Eagan boys, just at the end of that game, we saw an exact similar goal by Derek Sy for the fourth goal for the Eagan Wildcats. So almost the same exact goal scored as that one there by Matzik. Just perfectly placed that shot.
We'll have to see on the official scorer who gets the assist on that. Forgive me, I did not see who got her the ball.
Matzik trying to find Yin.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 13, Caitlin Matzik. The assist to number 11, Yan Lee, in the 22nd minute.
Yen Lee going to get the assist, Skip Newton, and that's definitely that's great play there by your outside back.
Assisted by Yan Lee at 21-27.
That was just a fantastic play, and Matzik's taking on two girls and right now winning the ball, and then she gets tripped, and we're going to have a call there. So outstanding effort there by Caitlin Matzik.
Whistle foul called on Burnsville.
You wonder if Matzik has a little bit of, a little bit of Derek Sy. Once she scores, is she looking for 2? Is she looking for 3? Does her physical sharpness and intensity even increase?
Number 23.
I don't think Kier Waldrop intended to shoot that. I'm not sure, because that was sneaky. Like, I think everyone else was expecting her to try to drop that in basically right where the goal kick's being taken place now, but she instead almost put that in the near upper corner, is turn that into a shot. I like it. I like mixing things up a little bit. Go for the jugular, as it were. Try to get that third goal of the half, and just really put things out of the way early. If they can get a third goal here in the first half, that's going to make this game really, really challenging for Burnsville.
Well, if you've got a goalkeeper that has given up a shot high into the corner, why not try it?
Here's Matzik. Could she return the favor and pass one to Yin? She had Yin breaking towards the corner. Good defensive play there by the Burnsville Blaze. That's number 8, Abigail Reuter.
21. Ella Logan, number 15.
So we got a few substitutions coming into the game for the Wildcats. We'll get those to you as we identify them. One is sophomore forward Ella Logan. I think Lauren Rockford also in the game. Tries to flick it past, but it works just the same, as gets by 3 defenders, and now Burnsville attempting to get it to midfield. They're going to, nice little pass there. They get to the attacking third. A couple of nice passes here by Burnsville. Eagan's got to recover a little bit. Ball's played harmlessly down here to the edge of the box. Eagan's going to win that foot race. Unfortunately, Burnsville wins the clearing attempt. Going down hard there is Olivia Knoll. And she played that one out, allowing Eagan to regroup defensively. We got 15 minutes left to go in the first half. 2-0 Eagan.
Sometimes the smartest play, Skip, is putting it into safety. And with a 2-goal lead, why not?
Well, and you talked about Matzik maybe wanting to score more after that one goal, and I tell you, you get a bit of an adrenaline rush, and you get excited when you get a goal, and it can fire you up, and you start to kind of get the itch to score more, and that's honestly what this team needs. They need more girls to have that fire to put the ball in the net. I mean, if we talk about before, one of the things this team is missing is that one star or step-up player to lead the team in scoring. We've got a bunch of girls with 1, 2, even 3 goals, but would like to see somebody be able to score 2 goals in one game. And Maddie on the far sideline makes a move, wins that, looking to bring it back. She's going to do a sharp angle shot, and it looks like it went out of bounds before that, or she put it too high and off the pipe, and it looked like the whistle blew before the shot. So I think she didn't quite keep that in bounds as she brought that back, trying to set up either a pass or a shot.
It's very deceptive, very deceptive for anybody at home watching, that if you get into in the end zone, the yellow lines are the soccer lines, but if you get into the end zone, the back line is that white line. So anytime you're dribbling, you think you've got more room than you really do, and you just don't. You run out of your real estate very quickly.
Eagan goes over the top. It's played out by Reuter. Throw in here for the Wildcats. Gets it in the box, trying to win that one. Burnsville clearing. Nice pass out. Quick pressure there by Eagan. That's Berglund, Reese Berglund, number 18 senior there. He's going to throw this one in, looking to get it into the middle of the field for another shot. Burnsville wins the ball, but Olivia controls. Now she gets it back out. This is Ganji. She's going to take a left-footed shot. Just a bit wide. Nice quick passing there results in a good scoring opportunity for the Wildcats, as they are possessing the ball quite a bit here. It's been down in this end of the field almost the entire half. We've only seen Eagan Wildcat goalkeeper London Anderson played the ball, once or twice at the most.
Another big Carlson goal kick. Skip, like I said, Wildcats better not concede anything in their own half. If Carlson's taking it, that thing's wicked.
Yeah, and speaking of Carlson, haven't seen Eagan's Carlson yet this game. I'd have to ask around if there's something going on there. If she's injured, she's a senior captain and usually out there quite a bit. So that has me a little concerned. Hopefully she's doing all right.
Yeah, there have been some changes by Coach Extra. Mel Jensen not in the game. So I haven't seen her yet either. So, moving some players around, giving them an opportunity to demonstrate what they can do on the field. If you've got some players who are maybe not going to feature as much in a section game, maybe giving them some extra playing time now.
This ball is kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Burnsville throw, so their clearing must have bounced off of an Eagan player. Big throw by Burnsville. Flick attempt. Brecklin nicely calms that down. Back to Waldrop. She's going to swing it right up the middle. Good change of direction there. I think everyone expected her to go to the far side, but instead she goes up to Rockford. Gets it out to Berglund. Intercepted by Burnsville. Big collision there with Knoll. Berglund plays it back for Brecklin.
Ganji took an elbow in the face there. I'm a little surprised they didn't blow a whistle.
Logan trying to spin her defender. Nearly did so. Berglund's going to have to come back about 7-8 yards there. Valiant effort. I like it. Center ref was all over that. So she'll get the 7 or 8 yards by throwing it off the defense. Nice run into open space there by Ganji. Unfortunately, can't quite handle the throw. Battling with Burnsville per possession. Teammate Noel wins that. Good team effort there by the Wildcats in the middle of the field, all the way across to Cron. Wins possession right into the middle. Unfortunately, Burnsville wins that one, and they hustle to the corner to prevent another corner kick for the Wildcats. So heady play there by the Burnsville defense, making it a deep throw.
Smart that time by Burnsville's defense, making sure that the Wildcats don't get another corner.
It was a nice little flick into the middle. Eagan, unfortunately, got too deep. The ball ended up behind him.
You notice Lauren, pardon me, Skip. Notice Lauren Rockford is playing in a midfield position, not really in a forward position.
That is another interesting change of, here's a good shot by Lauren Rockford. It's over the head and just wide. A sneaky shot there by Rockford. Was hoping it might have had a little bit of bend on it because you could see that the goalkeeper was not going to be able to play that one.
Rockford was trying to put it into that area right there. Boy, that didn't quite work that time.
Back in, Kirsten Lee, number 22.
Rockford playing in kind of now she's sliding back into a more even a midfield position, but previously she was up what you might call it into the attacking midfield position, Skip.
Yeah, it looks like right now they've got the standard 4 back and then a diamond 4 in the middle. So you've got Natalie Ward at the top of the diamond. You got Lauren Rockford on the near side. Mara Ganji at the back of that diamond, or the 6 as they call it. And then the girl with the ball now on the left side, and that's Maddie Hobbs. Down to the corner. Egan's going to track this one down. Nicely done. Puts it out into the center, but Burns was able to clear that out. Well played. Racing for the ball there. Nice little turn there by Burnsville as they spin it back in the middle, using her body to shield it off. Ganji defending well, keeping the Burnsville player from advancing past midfield. So excellent defense there. Even though Ganji didn't have possession, she didn't allow the defender to beat her and get by into the Eagan space. Looks like we got a throw in on the far touch line here. We're down to about 7:20 to go in the half. It's been all Eagan thus far. Constantly putting pressure on, connecting more passes. Here's another opportunity as a couple passes. This could be, a fall in the box, no call. Probably a decent no call there. Not sure that's warranted a penalty kick.
Yeah, I think Logan lost her balance there. She followed through hard with that ball.
Just out of the reach of Ganji. Right idea there. Now she's going to get it. Stolen by Kaczmarek, I believe. Foot race down the far touchline. Kira wins that one. Eagan with an errant pass, but Brecklin will get another crack at it. She's got Reese Berglund, who's got some space. She's looking for a teammate making a run. Goes by a couple girls and a couple more, all the way up to Ella Logan. She can't quite get there. Pressure from behind. I don't believe that Brecklin knew that she was coming. That's where you'd like to hear your teammates yelling man on. But she's fouled from behind, so Eagan will still maintain possession. She's going to go short back to Waldrop. She's got Berglund over here. Touch to the middle. Feeds it through everybody. This one's kicked off, and this is going to be a corner kick for the Wildcats. Now let's see how they play this. They've gone short a few times. They've got nobody to pass to over here, so this is not going to be the short ball that we've seen previously. Rockford taking the kick. Looks like she didn't quite get turned the way she wanted. That one goes to the back of the net for a goal kick. An active student section down there cheering aggressively for the girls. I'd like to hear it. Maybe some leftovers from the boys game as well. Big kick down the middle of the field that somehow gets all the way past everybody. Long ball by the Blaze. That's going to go out of play. So some steady, really stifling play by the back line of the Eagan the Wildcats. Really no pressure to bear on Anderson, as they've let nothing get by. They've controlled the ball. They're not just booting it up the field, but they're possessing it and making passes. Here's another example where Brecklin tracks it down and she makes a pass to a teammate. There's nobody within 20 yards of Waldrop, so she has plenty of time to settle it and look for a teammate. Gets by Hobbs. Waldrop's there. Nice little pass to Ganji. Swings it over to Rockford, and she's going to swing it back this way to Reese Berglund. Well played. She's got plenty of space. She controls that. She's got Kate Riley coming down the near touchline. She got Ward on the inside. Tries to split the defenders. Gets by one, but not two. Ganji plays it out to Berglund. Gets away from her. Brecklin has it. Knocks it away. Here's a attempt at a through ball, but Waldrop's plenty deep. She doesn't even have to go back to Anderson. Back into the game on the far side is Kirsten Lee. Ward checks back for the ball. Gets away from her, but she's still battling for it. She can't maintain her footing. Now Burnsville has a chance. They bring it in the middle. But there's Ganji to clean it up. That switch of the fields there by Burnsville is going to go all the way past the touchline.
You get the sense, Skip, that if Burnsville's going to score, they're going to score on some sort of break, some sort of counter, whereas some sort of long ball that they run onto, perhaps a Carlson free kick from midfield or just inside the attacking half. But right now, Burnsville not showing a lot of connectivity in the attacking third, and just not putting together passes, really just kicking the ball and hoping someone's going to run onto it and create some offense.
Yeah, and the biggest struggle there in that strategy when you're down 2 goals is Kira Waldrop, being one of the girls back there, is so fast that it's going to be hard for them to get it past her and be able to win it without it going all the way to London Anderson. You know, and as the game extends and the lead stays at least 2 goals or more, I think you'll see Kira and Brecklin as well, her fellow center back. They're just going to continue to be more and more conservative and making sure that nothing gets behind them. Rockford possessing in the middle field, trying to get it up to teammate through everyone. Tough pass to connect. Maybe a little too long. Throw in there, shielded by, looks like Matzik. Nice spin move, getting the outside. Goes by one defender. She maintains possession. Nice and done. Now she passes it in. Good fancy footwork out there. I like the moves. Nice pass into the middle. Unfortunately, just got away from us. But Eagan moving well without the ball as well. Creating opportunities, getting into space, and really seeing the field. They're not being pressured to the point where they're panicking and just kicking the ball for the sake of kicking it. Another big boot on the goal kick. So it's misplayed. Let's see if Kate Riley can capitalize. She's got it now. A few defenders. She's going to take a long shot. It unfortunately for Burnsville goes off the goalkeeper. So Riley trying to do what Matzik did earlier.
That ball had some swerve on it. That definitely had some swerve on it, and that's really, that's just really unlucky for Augie Whitcomb.
Corner kick goes right in the middle, headed out aggressively by Burnsville. Here's a long volley there by Lee. Did a good job of staying on top of that ball, making sure that it didn't go through the uprights, but it was defended by all the bodies between her and the goal. Deep throw here for the Wildcats. Nice touch pass in the middle. Natalie Ward trying to get it past a defender. It looks like it was kicked off of one. I think, we're going to get a goal kick. Thought maybe she deflected that off of the Burnsville back. But that is going to end the half. So there is the horn. The first 40 minutes are done. Really a dominating half by the Wildcats as the ball was in the Burnsville defensive zone for an overwhelming majority of play.
Yeah, the Wildcats did, I think, what you want teams to do that are going to have a chance at a section championship. But that is, they didn't play down to a team that was obviously struggling to get down to that level. They played very well. They took their opportunities. They created a lot of pressure. Burnsville needs to do something to get back into this game. They're coming off a win from Hastings against Hastings 3-2. They have the ability to score some goals, but it's going to take something very special, I think, to beat this Eagan defense.
Yeah, and because we know that Burnsville's going to come out in the second half and try to aggressively get back in the game, Eagan can't let up. They can't get too defensive. They can't get conservative. They need to put the foot on the gas, get the next goal, make it a 3-goal game, and really put this thing out of reach. All right, we're going to take a short break. Nathan Cron and myself, Skip Newton, will be back for the second half in just over 9 minutes. It is Eagan Wildcats 2, the Burnsville Blaze 0. We'll be back in a little bit. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to Eagan Wildcat Stadium for tonight's girls varsity matchup. We've got the second half of your game, the Burnsville Blaze and the Eagan Wildcats. Eagan taking a nice 2-goal lead in the first half, an early goal off a corner kick, a header by Mara Ganji, a great corner by Kate Riley. Got things started off on the right foot, and then a second goal, an absolute blast from about 30 yards out. Caitlin Matzik putting one in the corner. Nathan, it's been all Eagan so far. We need to see that continue. Am I correct?
Well, for the Eagan supporters and fans, absolutely. That's what you want to see. You want to see that continue. You want to see them not rest on their laurels. You know, not just say a 2-goal lead's a safe lead. You know, Burnsville's got talent. Burnsville's got athleticism. You've got to get. I want to see them get 2 or 3 more goals and really make this a dominant statement, get some momentum going into sections. If you're Burnsville, you look at the situation and say, hey, we were thoroughly outplayed in the first half. We had I don't think they had a single shot on goal. They had shots towards goal, but nothing on goal. Nothing London Anderson was troubled with at all. And we're only down 2-0. I think if I'm Burnsville, I try to earn a free kick, maybe get a set-piece play somewhere in the attacking third. I think that's probably going to be Burnsville's best option. A couple times I said in the first half, Carlson's got a cannon for a leg. If you're Burnsville, you'd love to see her get a chance from about 25 yards out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's how they get back in the game is, to get the next goal and forget about the first half. And then, momentum can be a funny thing in sports, and it can change in a hurry. So hopefully Eagan comes out and plays just as well in the second half. A couple of key injuries to note. I talked about missing Meg Carlson here. She's in a boot, so obviously not playing today. And then Kylie Weisendonner also unable to play due to injury. So a couple of key players this season out for the Wildcats. We'd love to see him come back. I don't know the extent of the injuries. We'll see how that plays out. Of course, we're down to the last week, folks. So it's sections are just a couple games away. Back to live action. We've got Eagan in the home green, going right to left this time. Natalie Ward, well played there. A great move to get some space. She's looking to cross, brings it back to her right foot, gets it into the middle. Drop there for Ganji. She's going to left foot into the box. Not really a shot. Waldrop plays that. Eagan pressuring on the far side, and this one's going to be played long by Burnsville. Foot race down there. Sarah Breckland's going to win it. She's just going to shield that ball and actually has to play it. She had Waldrop drop back into a good position there. So nice possession there by the Wildcats, as now Kate Riley has it at the middle of the field. She's got Lee coming up the left side. She's going to drop it back now over to Lee. 3, 4, 5 passes in a row here. This one's going up to Ward. She's going to use her speed to catch up to those. She's got the angle. Nice left-footed shot. Dropped by the keeper. Almost a costly mistake there. She dropped it right to the feet. Augie Whitcomb, and Eagan nearly able to just punch that one by.
Shot taken by number 3, Natalie Ward.
You could see Whitcomb's eyes were on the crashing offensive players as her. It's the old, it's in football. It's the receiver tries to catch the ball, but his eyes or her eyes look somewhere else, and the hands then miss it, and that's what happened to Whitcomb that time. And you know what? It just occurred to me, Skip, that perhaps Coach Ekstrom's formation and team selection, especially the formation, maybe the formation is in some ways dependent on the number of midfielders she has out, and dropping an extra player into the midfield gives the midfielders that she has on the field more options.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, we speculated maybe getting some players some time, but really it's out of necessity. When you've got 2 key players injured, you got to do something different. Eagan trying to get that one in the middle. Ganji's going to play that one nicely. This is Kate Riley turning to get it on the right foot. She's got 2 defenders to go through. Can't, but Ganji's there to get it again. She's taking a left-footed shot. This is dangerous. Just wide. She had enough leg on it. Just kept curling and curling, and it went about 2 feet wide to the far post.
Some great camera work there by our combined ETV, BTV crew. really have to give a shout out. This is, of course, we've got sister communities here. There it's a border battle, but ETV and BTV work together to provide, coverage to sports and politics and culture all around the Burnsville-Eagan area. I really want to give a shout out to our crew: Josh Sibley, Dalton Gruber, Joe Chupik, Patty DiGidio, Ken Trainer, Trevor Shannon, and Logan Westermeyer. Those guys collectively have been giving us great shots all night. We've got extra cameras, we've got replay, we've got a telestrator. You saw me struggling with earlier. Skip Newton using very, very well earlier. The reality of it is that, this kind of thing is, Ward sends that towards goal. I think that was Ward. It might have been Kate Riley. But in any event, our ETV, BTV crew does a great job, and really Skip and I have the easy job here. And if you're interested in volunteering here with ETV or BTV, just go on their website and let them know. As Whitcomb fumbles that ball outside, Kate Riley's going to have an opportunity here, Skip.
Yeah, it looked like the shot actually deflected off the back of the defender, so the Whitcomb was trying to play it, so it didn't get a corner kick. And here's the ball in the middle. Can Eagan get a shot? No. They hustle over to try and keep it into the box. Still trying to get a shot. Can't do it. Now it's cleared convincingly by Burnsville. Well played. Nice little move there by Waldrop. Goes up. This one slips past Eagan midfielder. Now it's going deep. Burnsville has numbers, but Waldrop's there to put it out of harm's way.
Wildcats need to connect a pass or two, Skip. They're just kind of spraying it a little bit.
Nice play by Hobbs. She's got control coming down the near touchline. Good burst of speed into the open space. Burnsville trying to recover. She brings it back to the right. Good cross. Lunge for it there by the Wildcats, trying to get it on goal. Rockford on the far side has it knocked away. It'll be a throw-in. Hard throw down near the corner. Unfortunately, just a little too strong. This will be a goal kick.
Goal kick for Burnsville.
The Eagan High School Boys and Girls Soccer Booster Clubs would like to thank the following for their contributions to our soccer program. The Platinum sponsors: Eagan Arms Public House, great Ruben there. The Eagan Hockey Association, Wave Soccer Club, Elite Feet Training, Minnesota Orthodontics, and Summit Orthopedics. Those are our platinum sponsors. The Boys and Girls Booster Club would like to thank them for their help, their support of this program and of these programs. We can't do it by ourselves. And the gold sponsors: Birchwood Dental, Rami Cormont at Coldwell Banker, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers Coffee, John and Melanie Willie at Edina Realty, North Oaks Blast Soccer Club, and the Urgency Room. Can't do it without those sponsors either. Thank you so much to those sponsors that make our programs and many of the things, the accoutrements to our program possible. I also want to thank Wave Soccer Club for providing the ball kids. Not sure if that ball made it over the end line. I think we're going to have a ruling is going to be a goal kick to London Anderson. Anderson played that ball right on the edge there, Skip.
Yeah, she was hustling over, trying to win the ball. Probably preferred to pick it up instead of the goal kick, but no harm, no foul. Big boot here by Waldrop. Flicked in the middle. Eagan has it. They're going to kick it off the defense. Be an Eagan throw right at midfield.
And the information I'm just getting also indicates that Mal Jensen has also been bitten by the injury bug, Skip. So that's Weisendonner, Jensen, Carlson, a number of players for these Wildcats that are not 100% healthy going into sections, and that's not helpful.
No, those are some untimely injuries. That's not what you want going into section play. You want to be at your strongest, at your best. Hopefully they can get at least a couple of girls back, as there's only, if I'm not mistaken, one more game after tonight, and then we begin section play. Eagan trying to get one of those top 2 or 3 seeds in the section. They don't have to play Lakeville North in their section, but they do have Rosemount, who's definitely going to be the #1 seed. Nice move here in the middle, looking to get a shot. It's a left foot. It's a long one. Too long.
Goal kick Burnsville.
cannon there by Riley.
See, even Riley's moved into a midfield position, Skip. I mean, Coach Ekstrom's really moving girls around. Riley, one of your wings forwards, is here, step in here and put her left foot into it. She's playing back in the midfield wing position.
Well, and one possible result of moving forwards back to midfielders is now you've got, forward-thinking midfielders. Like they're used to trying to score and to press the ball down the field, and maybe that'll be an unintended result of we gotta move girls around, and it's gonna result in a much more aggressive attack here by the Wildcats. I'm a little unsure why this call is going in Burnsville's favor, but it is, and so we'll have a Burnsville free kick, which, if history repeats itself, is going to be about a 45-yard boomer.
I think Lauren Rockford's equally confused, Skip Newton. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. It looked like Rockford had been hauled down.
Nice touch at midfield, but Riley's there to win it. Over to Lee. Back to Riley. Now she's going to go long. Played over the head of both Rockford and the defense. Rockford, I think, is going to win this foot race. Not quite, but the goalkeeper can't maintain possession. Unfortunately, it was kicked out by Rockford for a goal kick. So a good foot race there. I thought Rockford was going to win that one for a second. Just kind of an unlucky bounce as it went off of her and out of play.
Well, the Wildcats certainly have not taken their foot off the gas, Skip. I think it's fair to say that they're certainly looking very hungry. I would be very surprised if they don't nick at least a couple more goals in this game, the number of shots they're putting on the Burnsville goalkeeper.
Burnsville with a mini break there, sandwiched by the Eagan Wildcats. Good defensive play, but unfortunately too much physicality. According to the head referee, we're going to have a free kick here. Now, this is what you talked about coming out of the halftime break, is an opportunity to put a shot on goal on a free kick. This would be an absolute blast, but we've seen that already. I think London Anderson should be expecting this to be on goal. It's about 44 yards out, but it is almost dead center.
Carlson's going to try to put this on net.
She does. It's long and wide.
Carlson disappointed with the effort there, but that was, as you saw, she has the ability to put that on goal. And London Anderson is not, 6'5". I mean, London Anderson, getting up to those corners up high, you never know what could happen when you have to do that.
Yeah, and even if you don't get a goal, if you get it high enough, or maybe it goes out the post, or you get a rebound, or she has to punch it over the net, you can get a corner kick out of the deal. So a lot of good things can happen by putting that on goal, and that's really what Burnsville's probably looking to do, to try and get back into this game.
It's a tremendous amount of space on the field. You saw in that last shot, a tremendous amount of space on the field for the Cats to switch it. If they can get a chance to push that ball over to Kirsten Lee or Maddie Hobbs, they're going to have an opportunity.
Eagan trying to keep it down into their end, but Burnsville controls. They're going to play it through a couple defenders, but he's going to track that one down. Nice job up to Yen on the far touchline. Comes back, there's Brecklin. Steady defense as always. The student section doing the wave down here.
How nice is it to have a student section after a year of COVID, and even in a stadium like this, being limited to grandma, grandpa, and your two parents, or maybe your brother or your sister. Now all of a sudden we can actually have fans and chants and people screaming and yelling and acting silly, and that's what high schoolers should be doing.
Many of them, the boys varsity team, who finished off their 4-1 win right before this game, a few of them sticking around to support their fellow girls. Oh, there's a huge push at the middle of the field. Boy, that was just blatantly aggressive. I'm a little surprised that we didn't see a caution yellow there. Kate Kaczmarek, really just a full two-arm shove. And that's really the first of the game we've seen. It's been a very clean game. So I'm a little surprised by that action there because we've seen no indication of that heading into that play. Here's a chance for, oh, nice feed through the middle. Can Eagan win that one? No, but now they win this one. They put it back in. That looked like maybe a handball in the box. No call. Cleared out. This ball might roll out of play eventually. All the way down to the Eagan 40.
Certainly might have been a handball in the box. I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay on it or not. See if the truck can maybe hustle one up, but a little surprised there that everybody got so deep there for the Wildcats. Everybody was deep inside the 6-yard box. If somebody had been standing, near the penalty spot or between the penalty spot and the 18, the edge of the 18, they would have had a beautiful goal.
Riley really doing a nice job controlling play today in the middle. Passes over to a wide open teammate on the far side. She drops it for Cron. Cron feeds it to the middle. Deflected out. Eagan wins. Oh, great pass across. This is Lee. She's got a left foot. She cuts back inside. Nice pass over. Spin. Shot. Near post. Deflected out of play. I don't think that was going to go in, but Eagan will take the corner kick. Some great passing there as Eagan switches field, drops it back to an open teammate.
Watch Lee step into it. She sends it forward for Maddie Hobbs. Hobbs with her right foot. And Whitcomb, I'm not sure that was going to go in, Skip. It certainly looked like it wasn't, but Whitcomb can't take any chances.
And here's a big corner kick out near that penalty stripe you talked about earlier. Ganji trying to get her second goal of the game off a corner header. This one goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick. 25 minutes remaining. It's still 2-0 Wildcats.
And center referee Sam Tanucci, called Kaczmarek earlier, but then there was a quite the heavy shoulder-to-shoulder challenge on the far side in the penalty box, in the penalty area, and she wasn't having anything of it, but nonetheless, still a heavy contact there between two players.
One here by Eagan is Caitlin Matzik. Second goal scorer of the day. She's shouldered aggressively off the ball, but gets back and wins it. So Biggs definitely picking up physically, and Matzik returns the favor, and she gets the call.
Matzik very frustrated, and rightfully so. I don't think that was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. It looked like it came through Matzik's back.
We'll have a boot by Burnsville. That one's played by Riley, unfortunately out of play, so Burnsville gets the throw.
And I think the players will react to how the referee calls the game and the physical nature of the play, and they'll figure out what they can and can't get away with. I think, if I'm honest, I'm a little concerned that there's a lack of consistency, Skip, because I'm just afraid that the players are not going to be sure what they can get away with and what they can't.
So it goes over the head of Crom, but she recovers nicely. So it's played back to open space, and there's nobody there. Finally, Alarina Yin gets there. Nice control by Eagan to the outside. Crom plays it down. I believe this is Hobbs. Perfect pass down the line. Unfortunately, Yin's cut off, but she's pressuring from behind. Girl goes down, no call. Yin now has it. See if she can do something with the opportunity. She drops it back. Eagan has nothing but space in the middle. Brings to the near side. Kristen Lee can't win that one.
Lack of communication there, Skip. Just a lack of connection and communication.
Kristen Lee is all by herself over here. Kate Riley goes over to give her an option. She dribbles in the middle. She's going to take a long shot. Unfortunately, didn't quite square around facing the net, so that one goes well wide. We're going to have a goal kick. But boy, that middle section in the field, we were talking from like 20 to 35 yards out. There's nothing but either green turf or green jerseys. It's all Eagan.
I certainly hope I don't give it the commentator's curse, but I'm a bit disappointed that Wildcats haven't scored here. I'm disappointed that they have not put another one on the board.
Somehow that ball deflects in. Burnsville winning that, trying to get something going. There's a long ball down to the corner. Looks like she's on sides. Well played. Oh, and she took, I think, her eye off the ball, looking to see where the defender was and what she was going to do with it. And just like we talked about earlier with the goalkeeper, where maybe perhaps took her eye off the ball and dropped one, there she didn't quite watch that to her foot, and it just went off for a goal kick. Here's Lee. Little give and go opportunity. Can't quite connect there, so now Burnsville has it in the middle of the field. Harassed by Brecklin, forces the ball down in the corner. This will be an Eagan throw-in.
If you let your eye linger after a collision or after some sort of challenge, if you let your eye linger on some of these players, the physical play is increasing. And there's some chippiness away from the ball, Skip, and I think the center referee, Sam Tanucci, needs to blow a whistle and make sure that these girls, make sure these players settle down, because we don't want a situation where somebody gets hurt.
Oh, here's a brilliant shot. Easily the best of the game for the Blast. It goes harmlessly over the goalpost. So the crossbar not in play there. Goes between that and the football goalpost.
Shot for the Blaze was Madison Barr, number 15.
Wildcats play it short. Cron on the far side. Now they're going up to Ellery Lynn. Here's the counter attack coming. She's got some speed, and she's got possession, and she's got space. Takes it in. She's got two girls in the middle, one in the near post, one in the far. Centering attempt is deflected outside. Nice defense. So the quick counter there by Eagan.
Coming off of the best scoring opportunity of the night for Burnsville. This is very dangerous territory now for the Wildcats.
Big throw there by Cron. Played back. Here's a shot, not quite connecting. Over to Kirsten Lee. She's got plenty of space to settle this and make a decision. Got a defender. Down to Hobbs. Hobbs tried to go around the defender, wanted the corner kick. Center ref has none of that, and this will be another goal kick.
The Wildcats need another goal here, Skip. The momentum is, they're losing some of the momentum that they had here at the beginning of the half, where it looked like they would probably maybe put 2 or 3 more on the board. Right now, they're just not connecting.
Here's a chance to shoot. Oh, he pulls it back. That's Ward, I believe. Deflects off. Here's Matzik down there trying to win possession, using the body to shield. Nicely done. Looks for a teammate. She's well covered. Matzik gets it back. Oh, nice little spin. She turns and fires, and unfortunately didn't quite connect. A great move there by Matzik to clear herself. Probably didn't realize she was a little more open than she thought, and maybe rushed the shot a little bit. She knew it as soon as she released it that was not what she was looking for. Ball makes it out to midfield. We're going to have a penalty on the Wildcats. Olivia Knoll finishes the check there after the call.
Call the Wildcats. Free kick for the Blaze.
Now this one's going to be too far to shoot, but she could drop it in about 25 yards out from the goal line, so maybe looking for a deflection to get it past that defense. The deflection does happen, unfortunately, off Eagan, but they track it down, so they avoid the corner. Lee's going to clear it out just over the camera's head.
It's going to be a foul there for Hobbs. Very clear penalty, or excuse me, foul. Eagan can't be complain too much about that one, certainly.
Throw goes in the box, played immediately out by Waldrop. We're going to have an instant replay. This is that opportunity right in front of that camera where you can basically hear everything the girls are saying. Nice head by Ganji. It's been a useful tool all game, as it was the cause of the first goal off the corner kick by Kate Riley, giving the Wildcats the 1-0 lead. The second goal, a blast from about 25-30 yards out by Caitlin Matzik. both in the first half. Burnsville trying to get their first tally of the night. Eagan defense has played almost flawlessly all game long, giving up only really one good shot, which was just a few minutes ago. Here's Kate Cron on the far side. She's got space and time. Looks to center. The defense steps up. Elaria Yin plays that back into the middle. Nothing but Eagan Wildcats there. They're going to drop it, set something up. They swing it across. Here's Kirsten Lee. She can set up a left. Sets a dribble. Now she's going to fire it in. It's going to the far post. It almost gets past it. There's Yin almost capitalizing on a rebound. Somehow it was not played clean by the goalkeeper, Augie Whitcomb.
Look at this cross. It's a beautiful cross by Lee. I don't know if it's a shot or a cross, but Angie Yin just slides in. Could not quite get a clean contact on it. If she had, that would have gone in the net.
It looked like there might have been some people that right before it got to the goalkeeper Whitcomb, they distracted her. They prevented her from getting a clean look on it because all of a sudden it got by her, and Yin was right there. Heady play there by Elaria Yin. I mean, a lot of times when the ball's going in on a keeper, you know, the forwards might stop and they just assume that they're going to play it clean, and she did not, and it almost resulted in the third goal. Back down on the Eagan end. Knoll heads that, now wins it, looking for a teammate. She's got really no one to go to, so just tries to kick it to the outside. Angie battling, getting some help there. Here's a nice pass out to Kate Cron. What a perfectly placed ball. Eagan controlling the ball in the middle. Crosses a little too hard. Can come all the way over here. Played up the line over the head of Lee. Nice step up by Waldrop. Back to Lee. Nice settling it back to Waldrop. Good 1-2 game there as they control. Get it in. That one gets away from Knoll. Lee's there to get that clearing attempt. Now she's looking for either a cross or a shot. No pressure yet. So she just continues to take it in. Well done. Another goal kick for the Wildcats. They continue to put on some pressure. Or no, we have a corner. My bad. I missed that. I apologize. Let's see if they can score their second goal off a corner today.
Wildcats really need to get some offensive pressure here. They're in control of the game at the scoreboard, but momentum's just not quite where they need it to be. They need a third.
Oh, another beautiful corner, and there's the Wildcats no head. They play with the body. And that shot saved by Whitcomb.
That come off of Ganji's, almost like her stomach or chest or knee. I mean, what?
It looked like, yeah, it hit her torso instead of a head.
Yep.
So she probably felt she couldn't quite get there with the head. There's a long throw. Brecklin steps up, trying to get it to Knoll. Here comes the Blaze. That one's going to be headed out by Ganji. Throw in here for Burnsville. Nice play of feet. Oh, there's a nice little move. She stumbles, hooks it in. A nifty little shot there. London Anderson had it measured perfectly as she was there to catch that one like a lazy fly ball to center field. So well played. Throws it out to Cron. And here comes Eagan on the counterattack. Pick it in the middle. They've got it. This looks like Ward. Turns and fires. Whitcomb struggles with that one. It dribbles off, and it's going to be a corner kick. So we've seen several balls come off the hands of Whitcomb, telling me that Eagan needs to continue to fire that ball in there and just assume that there's going to be a rebound. I mean, at this point, it's happened too frequently to just assume that she's going to catch it, and they could get a cheap goal if they are able to capitalize on one of these balls that don't quite get handled the way that you would prefer.
I think if you're inside the 20-yard line, if you're right here or this way, you should be shooting. You should absolutely be shooting.
Yeah, any shot on frame is a good one. Here's a long corner kick played out by the defense. Egan's there to bring it up. Looks like Ella's going to turn fire, just like you said. Oh, it goes off the pipe, and Egan's not there to score. Now they shoot, score! It gets by Whitcomb, goes off the pipe. The Eagan Wildcats are able to recover and put it into the corner for the third goal of the game. A great outside shot, just like you talked about. As Ella Logan fires that in, it goes off the post. And turning and firing for the goal. Couldn't quite catch the jersey number.
Might have been Hobbs. Might have been Hobbs. I could not see it either. But a sneaky ball in from Ella Logan. I think Ella Logan would get the assist.
Yeah, that would be my call as well. I'm wondering if that was, I don't think that was Ganji in there. But I'm not quite sure. It might have been Hobbs. We'll have to wait and see as we get that official scoring announcement.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 21, Olivia Enning.
Olivia Enning.
The assist to number 15, Ella Logan. In the 68th minute, the time of the goal is 67 minutes, 49 seconds. Wildcats goals.
Look at this goal coming up. Logan puts it in, goes off the post. Whitcomb thought it was going to go off the post. Olivia Enning, there she is, sneaks in, puts it into the left foot. That is her first varsity goal, Skip Newton.
And that was a great spin with a left foot shot, right? When you're that close to a goal, it's not about, getting a blast. It's all about just directing it towards the goal and good things happen. That's exactly what she did, and she put it in the corner where no one was at. A perfect shot and just a spin and fire. Well done there by Enning.
It also augurs well for the future. I mean, Enning's a sophomore, so I mean, that's a nice opportunity, for younger players to get goals and to get confidence and know what it feels like and what you have to do on a varsity stage.
Cron controlling on the far side now. Eagan with that third goal, the one that we were looking for. Now she's got it in the box, fired it in the middle, one timed over everything. This time we will have a goal kick.
And the Wildcats, Skip, did exactly what I said they needed to do and what we talked about at halftime. They got that third goal. They might get a fourth, but Burnsville, the longer this game stayed 2-0, Burnsville had to think they could climb back into it. And now, the air's really, from my perspective, I think the air's really out of this. I don't see how the Wildcats are going to give up a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, now you're safe, right? I mean, if something weird happens or Burnsville, one of their players makes an exceptional shot, puts one in, a corner kick or whatever, you still got a 2-goal lead. So it's much safer. Even if you yield a little bit of momentum, 2-goal lead with less than 10 to play, that's pretty safe, especially the way our back line is playing. London Anderson, as usual, having a stellar game back at goalkeeper. Got some physicality right in front here between Rockford and Burnsville. And some definite frustration there on the part of the Burnsville Blaze. It was 19 versus 19. That was Ella White. Here's Riley. She's going to flip it over to Cron. Nicely done. She drew the defense towards her and passed it right in between them. That was a perfect play. Cron working into the middle. Well done. Deflected out. It was the middle, headed by Eagan. Mara Ganji plays it back in the middle. Good job. Here's a chance for Natalie Ward. She's racing for the ball, but she's not quite going to get there. Scooped up by Whitcomb. He's going to throw it over near the cameraman over there. Unfortunately, didn't quite put that where she wanted to, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Eagan Wildcats, and Whitcomb puts her head in her hands a little bit there. I think she's a little bit frustrated with that last goal and still probably feeling that emotionally.
Yeah, real frustration here for the Burnsville Blaze as they contemplate the next 8.5 minutes.
Long shot wide by Rockford. I don't mind the shot from out there. We talked about it. We like the long ones. Just putting it on frame is really the key. Looking to create more scoring chances. 21 shots for the Eagan Wildcats tonight. Looks like only 5 for Burnsville.
Greta Hackenmuller making an appearance here at forward. Olivia Enning, the goal scorer, being withdrawn.
Nice to see Greta into the game. I'm sure she's excited to get some action. I know she had I believe had an injury earlier this season, which doesn't help get you on the field, of course. That one's knocked out of play. It'll be another Wildcat throw on the far side.
So looking at the future, Skip, I mean, the Wildcats, I suspect with this win, and certainly if they're able to get a victory over Shakopee on Wednesday night here at Wildcat Stadium, I would imagine they would be a number 2 seed at least. As you say, Rosemount will be the number 1 seed, but a number 2 seed at least in the section. I think that's where, if you're the Wildcats, given that we started this, the Wildcats started the season with losing 3 out of 4 games, I think that's probably where you want to be.
Yeah, they'll definitely take that. I mean, especially if that's a result of beating a Shakopee on Wednesday. Then like we said, we're going in having just lost 1 game in the past 12. That's the kind of momentum you want. You want to be playing your best soccer. Hopefully, we can get some injured girls back. But the goal here is play your best soccer in October, and good things can happen. And a foul here on Eagan.
I think for Burnsville, it's their last game on Saturday was a 3-2 win versus Hastings, and at this point, I don't think they've, if I'm a Burnsville supporter fan, I don't think the Blaze have played their best game, certainly, and they certainly haven't created a lot of offense, and I think it's, I wouldn't say back to the drawing board because that's a bit too trite, but Burnsville needs to do something a little bit different here moving forward if they're going to be able to create offensive chances against teams that have a little more athleticism.
Yeah, they definitely like to play the long ball. I mean, I think that's kind of their strategy right now. But like you mentioned earlier, and it's a great point, they're a young team. I mean, a lot of sophomores and juniors on this squad. That makes a big difference. I mean, that means they're coming back next year, and a lot of this team is intact, and that's how you turn around a program.
Well, it is, and I think you've seen that. You've seen that in other sports as well. I mean, last year, for instance, the Eagan boys hockey team only won a single game all season, and a lot of their players were first-year varsity players, juniors with not a lot of experience. Logan has an opportunity to make a run on it. Whitcomb comes out quickly, competently to play it, but I think the prospects this year for the Eagan boys hockey team, as an example, are much better because they went through growing pains last year with so many juniors and sophomores getting a lot of playing time.
There's a nice sliding play there by Whitcomb, not yielding any sort of rebound or scoring a chance. Racing down into the corner are the Wildcats. They're going to cross it in. Here's a shot opportunity. Nicely played. Rockford with a good, low, hard shot heading to the corner. Whitcomb's wisely got in front of it. Nicely done.
That was very sneaky by Lauren Rockford. I thought for sure she'd wind up and hammer that towards maybe the far side of the net. Instead, she tried for the near corner. Nicely done by Lauren Rockford.
And I liked how she kept it low. Now, those low, hard shots are really difficult for keepers most of the time. Here's a name we haven't said in a while, Kiera Waldrop, playing it back to London Anderson. Brecklin. There's a give and go without the go. Headed by Ganji. Rockford has it. She's going to go long. A good ball. Unfortunately, nobody was making a run, so Whitcomb comes off her line and scoops that up. She's going to throw it out to her teammate. That one's played into the corner by Eagan. Rockford trying to battle through a couple girls and played right back in by Ganji. Rockford's got it now.
Shouldn't that be a whistle? I think, didn't that hit the referee?
I thought it did, but maybe she felt that it went enough in the same direction.
Clock is stopped for the Wildcats. Substitution in the final 5 minutes.
So Natalie Ward coming off.
For the Wildcats, Maddie Hobbs, number 10.
Maddie Hobbs in.
Natalie Ward, number 3.
3:14 to go. Clock stops on a substitution by the team that's leading in the last 5 minutes. Nice play shielding in the zone there. That would have been a great scoring chance for Eagan, but well played by the Burnsville defense.
Ella Logan a little bit snake bit this year, Skip. She hasn't quite had some of the same offensive opportunities that she had seen last year.
Here's a foul and a chance for Mara Ganji to see how she decides to play this.
I think Mara Ganji has to put this on frame, Skip.
Yeah, by the time the ball gets there, those Eagan forwards should be able to run in and really crowd the goalkeeper. She's got the leg to put it in from this far. She does a long ball. It's a good shot. It's too good. She hammers it. So 35 yards out from an angle, and she puts it a good solid 2 to 3 feet over the crossbar. I mean, that just tells you she's got the leg, and she crushed that ball.
Yeah, look how many green shirts, how many green uniforms were looking for a rebound. I think there were at least 3 that I saw, and maybe even 4 that were out. One was off camera.
Well, and if you're really playing that smart, one girl stays back on the 18 just in case that thing comes smacking off the crossbar and you get a hard rebound. You're there to move forward on it. Otherwise, it'll bounce over the head of everyone. 1:40 to play. Just wrapping this thing up here as Eagan is comfortably ahead 3-0. They have controlled play from the word go. Connecting passes in the middle has been the strength of the Wildcat game today. Using their defense when necessary. This is Waldrop maybe a little aggressively going all the way across.
Yeah, I'd like to see Waldrop play it safe there. Instead of crossing it all the way over and trying to switch the field. Understanding with a minute and a half left and a 3-goal lead that playing safe, playing easy passes is probably what we'd like to see.
I think that was we're up 3-0 and there's not much time left, so I'm going to just do this even though I probably shouldn't.
Been a fair amount of physical contact here, especially late in the second half. I want to make sure everybody makes it out of this hole.
Yeah, we want to finish healthy, finish clean. The game is no longer in doubt as you count down the final 20 seconds. You throw in by Lee. One played off the body of Logan. Quick restart here by Burnsville. Yen Lee's over there to win that one.
10 seconds remaining.
Nice win in the middle of the field by Wildcats for one final run. That's Kate Riley getting over to Hobbs. She's going to use her footwork to get around the defender. Now she's going to try and shoot, or she's just going to keep dribbling. She dribbles out the game, so Hobbs showing us all what she does best. Dribbling around several defenders. She does put it in the net after regulation. Of course, that doesn't count, but a convincing 3-0 win for the Wildcats is exactly what we needed today and exactly what we need heading into the final game of the regular season, which is coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah, the Wildcats certainly have momentum. As you pointed out, Skip, they've been tremendous over the last 10 or 11 games. Lots of wins, lots of ties, no losses. And, obviously the Wildcats have the ability, I think, to really compete in the section and really make some noise and maybe even challenge Rosemount a little bit. It's going to take their best effort, but they certainly have the ability. For the Burnsville Blaze, they're going to have to look, watch the film, realize what they could have done a little bit better, give them some opportunities here to get better as they head into sections. See Ganji's goal there off the header from Riley. Burnsville had a few good shots on goal, but London Anderson not troubled too much.
There's that blast by Matzek, but just a great second goal. Nice little spin move there by Ward. Drew the cheers from the crowd.
really a total team effort here by the Wildcats. I mean, as you said, Skip, what was nice it was start to finish. They really jumped on them early, scored in the first 9 minutes with Ganji's header, and really never looked back from there. Although in the second half, it was getting a little nervous. But the Wildcats found a way to get that third goal from Olivia Enning, and that's where they're at. So big game on Wednesday night against Shakopee, and if they win that game, they're probably looking at a 2 seed. And let's go.
Yep, absolutely. Let's go. And I think they're going to come out fired up on Wednesday. That'll do it from Eagan Wildcat Stadium, folks. Thank you very much for watching. For Eagan TV, Burnsville TV, and Nathan Cron, my name is Skip Newton. The Eagan Wildcats winners tonight, 3-0, completing the Eagan sweep in soccer. Once again, have a great night. Thank you for listening. Take care, everyone.